Hey guys, so it is day 4, and I have a treat for you. I actually have um, Dr. Roberto with us, who is the founder and dean of the Institute of Theology and Missiology. And he's going to be with me today as we walk through and do the commentary for day 4, Genesis 12 through 14. So let me find 12 and we're going to hop right on in. All right, so I think this is the end of 11 here, and then we'll pick up, it should pick up right at
205 years, and he died in Haran.
There we go. So remember Terah from yesterday, Abraham's dad.
The Lord had said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you.
So you see Abraham is now called to leave where he is.
I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing.
So here you begin to see the promises
I will bless
of
those
God
who
to
bless
Abraham.
you, and whoever curses
through
you,
faith, we've
I
been
will
grafted into the
curse,
olive branch.
and
We'll get
all
into that
peoples
once we
on
get into the
earth
days
will
in the
be
New
blessed
Testament.
through you."
But just kind of foreshadowing here just means that all of us non-Jews who are
So
followers
Abram
of Jesus
went
are
as the Lord had told him,
grafted into
and
the
Lot
promise
went
of
with
Abraham.
him.
And it's something
Abram
of what
was
Paul was
75
talking
years
about when he
old
was talking
when he
about
set out
even the
from
Gentiles
Haran.
walk under the blessing of Abraham. It is not his biological seed, because his biological seed rebelled.
He took his wife Sarai,
but it's all that
his
believe and have
nephew
faith in
Lot,
Jesus.
all
So
the
you're going to
possessions
see
they
those
had
promises
accumulated,
here
and the people
on
they had
Abram to
acquired
become
in
Abraham's
Haran,
life.
and they set out for the land of Canaan,
Kind of
and
be
they
impeded
arrived
upon
there.
all of us that believe in Christ.
Abram traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of Moreh at Shechem. At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. The Lord
Said at that
appeared
time
to
because they would
Abram
fight
and
and
said,
exchange land all
"To
the
your
time.
offspring
Israel
I
has
will
belonged
give
to
this
Israel.
land."
It's belonged to
So he built an altar there to the Lord,
Muslim
who had
nations,
appeared to
belong
him.
to Babylonian nations.
From there, he went on toward the hills east of Bethel and pitched his tent, with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord and called on the name of the Lord. Then Abram set out and continued toward the Negev.
And you'll learn later that the name of the Lord is Yahweh.
Now there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down to Egypt to live there for a while, because the famine was severe. As he was about to enter Egypt, he said this to his wife Sarai, "I know what a beautiful woman you are." When the Egyptians see you, they will say, "This is his wife." Then they will kill me, but will let you live.
So here you see Abraham actually
Say
now
you are
about
my
to
sister,
sell
so that
his
I will be
wife,
treated well
or not
for
sell
your
his wife,
sake,
but says,
and
"Hey,
my
I don't want to
life
be
will be
killed.
spared because
You are
of you."
remarkably beautiful. So just say you're my sister, which is kind of a half truth,
When
but a
Abram
half truth
came
is
to
a half lie
Egypt,
too,
the
right?
Egyptians saw that Sarai was a very beautiful woman.
I've heard pastors joke saying that they want to see Sarah in heaven if she's that beautiful, right? That
And
everywhere
when
they go,
Pharaoh's
someone
officials
wants
saw
to marry
her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and she was taken into his palace. He treated Abram well for her sake, and Abram acquired sheep and cattle, male and female donkeys, male and female servants, and camels.
Remember this, because
But the Lord
you
inflicted
see
serious
Abraham
diseases on
do
Pharaoh
this
in
when we
his
talk
household
about, and
because of
Elijah,
Abram's wife Sarai.
Ezekiel 18 said there's no generational curses, and that the sour grapes
So
eaten by
Pharaoh
the
summoned
parents won't be
"What have
passed
you
on to
done
the
to
children,
me?"
which
he
means that
said.
if the
"Why didn't you
parents
tell
do
me
bad
she was
things,
your
the
wife?"
children won't be under a curse. So there's no such thing as generational curses in the sense of
Why did you
God
say
oppressing
she is my sister,
you for
so
something
that I
your
took her
parents
to
did.
be my wife?
However, you can
Now
pick up
then,
habits.
here is
Dad
your
smoked,
wife.
and you learn
Take
to
her
smoke.
and
And
go.
here, Abraham
Then
wants
Pharaoh
to
gave
take an
orders
easy
about
route,
Abram
and he
to
says
his
that
men,
this is
and
his
they
sister
sent
when
him
it's
on
really
his
his
way
wife, and you see
with
his
his
son
wife
later do
and
the same
everything he
thing.
had.
Instead of saying, we're going to take a different route, we're already rich, we don't need to go through
So
here.
Abram went up from
He says,
Egypt
hey man, just
to the
say,
Negev with
you're
his
my
wife
sister.
and everything he
So you
had,
gotta be careful,
and
parents,
Lot
about
went with him.
your habits. You can't hide them from your kids.
Abram had become very wealthy in livestock and in silver and gold.
Abraham
From the
was balling.
Negev, he went from place to place until he came to Bethel, to the place between Bethel and Ai, where his tent had been earlier, and where he had first built an altar. There Abram called on the name of the Lord. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents.
So remember, this is his nephew. Haran is dead.
But the land could not support them while they stayed together,
But Abram is
for their
taking on
possessions were so great
his
that they
nephew.
were not able to stay together.
Just like their other brother married their niece. So
And
brothers,
quarreling
Haran's
arose
dead, and they're
between
taking
Abram's
on
herders and Lot's.
basically his children.
The Canaanites
to
and
protect them
Perizzites
and
were also living in the land
provide for
at
them.
that time. So Abram said to Lot, "Let's not have any quarreling between you and me,
I don't think they
or
had
between
hiking
your
gear
herders and mine, for
cohorts in
we
those
are
days,
close
but-
relatives."
Animated privilege, I guess.
Is not the whole land before you? Let's part company. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left.
Lot gets in a little bit of trouble here because he walks into the land
Lot looked around
that he
and
thought
saw
was the
that
best
whole
land,
plain of
gets
Jordan
there, realizes
toward
that it's a
Zoar
sinful
was
land,
well-watered,
but that he can
like
make
the
money.
garden of the Lord,
He has to make a decision
like the
to-
land of
to
Egypt.
make less
This was
money and be
before
holy,
the Lord destroyed
or
Sodom
make
and Gomorrah.
more money and live in a sinful place. And I'm sure he thought, like all of us, they may be
So
sinful,
Lot
but I
chose
won't
for
let
himself
this
the whole
community
plain of
influence
Jordan
us.
and
But
set
in the
out
end, it
toward
absolutely
the
did. He's about
east.
to marry both
The
of his
two
daughters
men
off to sinful
parted
sodomites.
company.
Sodomites being from Sodom and
Abram
Gomorrah.
lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot
It's
lived
actually where
among
we
the
get that
cities
word
of the
from.
plain and pitched his tents near Sodom. Now the people of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord.
But Lot did not leave.
The
Bible
Lord
says,
said to
resist the
Abram
enemy,
after Lot had
he'll
parted
flee.
from
But
him,
you got to resist.
"Look around from where you are,
Lot
to
should
the
have
north
hightailed it
and
out of there,
south, to
went
the
back
east
under his
and
covering,
west.
Abraham, and apologized.
All the
money and
land that
pride.
you see, I will give to you and your offspring forever. I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if anyone could count the dust, then your offspring could be counted. Go, walk through the length and breadth of the
Another
land,
promise by
for
God
I
to
am giving it
increase
to
Abraham
you."
into multiple nations. And he is. The
So Abram went to live
three
near
largest
the great
religions
trees of
in the
Mamre
world are
at Hebron,
Abrahamic religions.
where he pitched his
Judaism,
tents.
Christianity, and
There
Islam
he
all
built
come
an
from the seeds
altar
of
to the
Abraham.
Lord.
So God honored that promise. Even though Islam shouldn't have been here, but that's a story for a few chapters in.
At the time when Amraphel was king of Shinar, Arioch king of Elasar, Kedorlaomer king of Elam, and Tidal king of Goyim. These kings went to war against Bera king of Sodom, Birsha king of Gomorrah, Shinab king of Admah, Shemaber king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela,
3 kings
that
against
is
4, 4
Zoar.
against 5, 1, 2.
All these latter kings joined forces in the valley of Siddim, that is, the Dead Sea Valley. For 12 years they had been subject to Kedorlaomer, but in the 13th year they rebelled.
They're like, we're not going
In
to
the
take
14th year, Kedorlaomer
rebelled.
and the kings allied with him went out and defeated the Rephaites in Ashtaroth Karnaim, the Zuzites in Ham, the Emites in Shaveh Kiriathaim, and the Horites in the hill country of Seir, as far as El Paran near the desert. Then they turned back and went to En Mishpat, that is Kadesh, and they conquered the whole territory of the Amalekites, as well as the Amorites who were living in Hazazon Tamar.
Remember those names, especially the Amorites. You'll
Then
see
the king
them
of
again.
Sodom, the king of Gomorrah, the king of Admah, the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, that is Zoar, marched out and drew up their battle lines in the valley of Siddim against Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Goyim, Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar. 4 kings against 5.
There we go, 4 against 5.
Now the valley of Siddim was full of tar pits, and when the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, some of the men fell
Something to
into
notice
them,
is that
and the rest fled to the hills.
you would think
The 4 kings
that
seized
Lot
all
would
the goods of
bounce
Sodom and Gomorrah
after
and all their
all of
food.
this war and
Then
all of
they
this
went
evil,
away.
but he doesn't.
They also carried off Abram's
stays
nephew
there to his
Lot
own peril
and his possessions,
and the peril of his
since he was
family. You
living
stay in evil
Sodom.
places, you put you and your family at risk.
A man who had escaped came and reported this to Abram the Hebrew. Now Abram was living near the great trees of Mamre the Amorite, a brother of Eshcol and Aner, all of whom were allied with Abram. When Abram heard that his relative had been taken captive, he called out the 318 trained men born in his household and went in pursuit as far as Dan. During the night, Abram divided his men to attack them, and he routed them, pursuing them as far as Hobah, north of Damascus. He recovered all the goods and brought back his relative Lot and his
He
possessions,
recovered all, brought back
together
Lot.
with the women and the other people.
Does Lot leave?
After Abram returned from defeating Kedorlaomer and the
Spoiler
kings
alert.
allied with him, the king of
He did
Sodom
not.
came out to meet him in the valley of Shaveh, that is, the king's valley. Then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out
Here's your
bread
tithe.
and wine. He was priest of God Most High. And he blessed Abram, saying, "Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth. And praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand." Then Abram gave him 1/10 of everything.
Now notice that through all
The
of
king of
this,
Sodom said to Abram, "Give me the people and keep the goods
Abraham
for yourself."
gave to God 1/10. And you
But
think
Abram said to the king of
he
Sodom,
would have taken
"With
money
raised
and
hand I have sworn an
fame
oath
and
to the
acclaim
Lord,
for
God
himself?
Most High, creator of heaven
But
and
because
earth,
these kings were ungodly, he didn't take their
that I will
money.
accept nothing
He didn't take
belonging
any
to
money
you,
from the ungodly
not
kings, but
even
he
a
still
thread
gave
or the strap
God
of a
1/10 of
sandal,
what he
so that you will
earned.
never be able to say,
It's a
I
heart
made
posture.
Abram rich.
Abraham was rich, but he wasn't
I
trying
will
to be
accept
rich. He
nothing
wanted to
but
honor
what my
God and
men have
everything.
eaten, and the share
You have
that
a heart to
belongs
honor
to
God
the
and
men who
everything.
went with
It
me,
changes your life.
to Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre. Let them have their share. After
All right,
this,
that's
the word
14.
of
All righty, so that's day 4, 12 through 14, and hopefully you loved it. You found it interesting as I did. I got notes in another screen over here, so let me try to look at this camera. And just want to thank our resident doctor for being on here. And so thank you. I don't know why that's not big. Let's see. Why's mine big? Yours not big. I don't know. For being on here, but anything to add, Doc?
No, just thank you for having me here and seeing how you do all this and good comments you made on the scriptures there,
Mhm.
how to apply it to our lives. Many times people read
In the
scripture
beginning,
and they, well, that happened so
Mhm.
long ago. How can we apply it
Apply it today.
today? So thank you for that.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.